Hey YouTube, it's Missing Now here for another review. This time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello from the 2003 line. So, as I said, this is from the 2003 series, not the new Nickelodeon. So, here he is. Pretty darn cool. This is just one of the excuse me, kind of standard figures. So as you can see, pretty darn cool. Nice sculpting throughout in detail. Nice green color. See on the bow staff it has just a brown color up here, but then the kind of tape stuff on it is painted white. He also comes with, excuse me, a second bow staff. I'm not really sure why they did this, but I think it might just be because all of the other turtles came with two of the same main weapon. Two swords, two sides, you know. And he also comes with these little weapons, which I think, you know, well, can he hold them? Yes, he can hold them. I thought he could, but so these little parts can kind of act as handles. You can just, you can just kind of fit them on in there. But the other thing they can do is go on the ends of the bow staff. Both of them, or one of them. Plug it on there. Makes it super long, but he can obviously still hold this. And I thought I would say the hands are made of a slightly flexible plastic, so when you take this out, it just kind of bends a tiny bit. It's not very bendy at all. It feels very solid, but it is just a tiny bit bendy when you're taking out something out of the hand, so that it doesn't break or anything. So the only other thing he comes with are these two little throwing star things. So he does just come with two of these. Now I do actually, the Leonardo I have from this line comes with 4 of them. So I think that might just be a variant kind of thing. We can hold these pretty well in either hand. This hand's actually, I don't know if this is on all of them. Well, I think it is. But this hand seems to be a little bit wider open. And this one seems a little more gripped, which does work if you want to, it is, you know, this one does still hold the bow staff and everything, but this one does seem a little wider open. I think that's, I'm not sure if they decided to do that on purpose so that he could hold the throwing star better in this hand, or if that just kind of happened that way. So, I don't really know if they had that in mind, but so pretty darn cool. Oh, I knocked him over. So pretty good sculpt and everything on all of them. For posability, he's not super posable, but his head does turn. You get a good looking back and forth. The arms go out, down, up and forward, swivel at the elbow, no bend unfortunately, but not the biggest problem. And then a swivel at the wrist on both sides, which does absolutely help him hold the bow staff in kind of a double-handed pose. No, it can be kind of tricky to get him in one of those poses, but so I might not. You know, I'll just 1 minute. There we go. So you can see I got him holding it with both hands, and you can, it's not too hard. It only took me like a minute to get him in this pose. So, and then the only other pose ability he has is in the legs, and they basically just go forward. They can kind of swivel. This one can go forward and backward and swivel. There's not a ton of poses you can get out of this guy, especially in his legs, simply because the feet pretty much stand in one position. So, I mean, you can kind of stand him up, but then when you move, let's say I wanted to move this leg back, well then he's not gonna stand, so not super posable. But honestly, I think this guy is a pretty darn cool figure, and if you're collecting the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he's an absolute must-have. And a very, very nice figure. I was able to get this guy for a pretty darn reasonable price off of eBay. So, that's pretty much it. Oh, I did forget to say, the bow staff is supposed to kind of fit in here, although it does seem a little bendy. I haven't actually been able to get that in there. It just seems kind of not big enough. Oh, and I also forgot to say, I was saying that the hands were made out of a slightly bendable plastic. I'm not sure. I think the legs and the other, well, this part of the shell is made of a slightly more rubbery. It feels relatively solid, and it doesn't, anything that is at all rubbery, it doesn't feel like it's, you know, gonna have any problems, and I haven't had any problems with it getting bent or anything like that, or not keeping its shape. So, oh, and this is another part that's bendy, but pretty darn cool, and I would highly recommend him if you're into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that's just about it. Bye.